How long do you stay for after birth when you've had a completely straightforward vaginal birth? And if you had a completely straightforward vaginal birth, drop in the comments below how long you stayed for after birth. So the minimum length of time for most units is between 3 and 6 hours after birth. That gives you a chance to be able to have your first wee, make sure that your bladder's back to normal, functioning well. It also means that your baby's had at least one good feed, whether that's bottle or breast. And you've got to think those first 3 to 6 hours will absolutely fly by. That first hour, you've got the birth of your placenta, you've got that skin to skin contact with baby, for example, the delayed cord clamping, the baby weight and checks. If you have had a tear, you will need that stitched as well in that first hour. And then you've got to think there might be some assistance needed for latch and attachment if you are breastfeeding your baby. You'll have your tea and toast, your postnatal checks, you'll have some discharge information given to you as well. Now there is one additional caveat to this. Now some trusts across the UK will recommend that you have the examination of the newborn on your baby to screen for lots of different conditions before you go home. That cannot be done until you're at least 6 hours postnatal. That might depend on whether you've got a midwife or a doctor that's available to do that. It might be that you can come back the next day if you do want to go home quicker. It might be that your community areas can do that newborn examination or can get you a GP appointment to have that newborn examination the next day. And sometimes going home depends on the time of day that you gave birth and also the time of day it will be when you hit that 3 to 6 hours as well. And if there are any complications, then yes, the length of stay will increase. And if there's any concerns with baby latching, attaching, breastfeeding, for example, then it will be recommended that you stay a little bit longer for feeding support in the majority of units. So to summarise, the minimum length of stay after a straightforward vaginal birth is between 3 and 6 hours postnatally. If you need to stay longer, then you absolutely can do for that support if you require it. And similarly, some trusts will recommend a minimum of 6 hours to have that examination of the newborn.